Did you know anybody can request military aerial support or a flyover? I have the documents here, and you can get a military flyover as well. So for those who don't know, the military isn't just there flying multi-million-dollar aircraft dropping a ton of bombs in the Middle East. Oh no.
Hitman 45, this is Bravo 4, Lima, over.
You can fill out this document here and actually get the military to come fly over and support your event. Now it is it's quite thick. But there is 5 simple sections you need to fill out. First, you will be filling out the Section 1 activity. What this is are you requesting a flyover, a static display, a single aircraft demonstration, or would you like an aerial demonstration team? That could include the Army Golden Knights, the Navy Blue Angels, the Navy Leapfrogs, the Air Force Thunderbirds, or the Air Force Wings of Blue. You can also request what type of aircraft you want. Do you want a B-52 bomber? Would you like a stealth? Would you like an F-35? You know, it's all at your disposal, in theory. It's nothing like having your 11-year-old son having a birthday party, and then all of a sudden he has 2 stealth bombers, a B-52, and God knows what other F-18 or F-22s flying by. That's just a joke, though, in all honesty. What you will have to be filling out, though, for Section 1 is basically, hey, we would like this, and then it just goes down the chain from there. Section 2 is basically the event and site information. You know, it requests, hey, what social media? Quite literally, it asks, where's this going to be posted? What type of advertising are you going to be doing? Are you going to have media there? Are you going to have news? Are they going to be national? Are they regional? Are they a local newspaper? Are they web? What are they? And that continues into Section 3, which is basically, hey, what's our point of contact? Who are we going to be talking and organizing this with? Because there's a lot that does need done. Is the event going to require any sort of memberships? Is it public or is it private? Then you have the Section 4, which is the FAA coordination. You know, do you need air traffic control? Are you going to need a demonstration site feasibility test? Are you going to basically, how legal is this going to be? And then they come down and is it feasible? Is it satisfactory, conditional satisfactory, or unsatisfactory? And then there's also the coordination official who has to sign off on that as well. Then we come down into Section 5. Section 5 is basically, hey, how much are you going to pay? Now, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Army, because those are pretty much the primary 3 that does this, they'll count it as a training exercise because they need to get the hours as well, and they love doing it. But if you're requesting, let's say, an A-10 Warthog to fly out or a stealth bomber to fly out, and they have to lodge the crew the night before, you're going to have to pick up that tab. You're going to have to pay the hotel. You're going to have to pay for their transportation. You're going to have to pay for their meals. Sometimes you're going to have to pay for the fuel as well, depending on what you want. And this basically says, hey, what are these funds are going to be used for? What's your budget for us to be able to do this event for you? Then you also have, is there going to be security? If you're getting an F-35 that they specifically say, you're going to have to get security for that aircraft. You know, they don't want people taking photos of it, taking measurements, trying to do whatever to it. Do you have firefighting and suppression? Do you have ground-to-air communications? Do you have mobile arresting gear? Do you have ambulance and EMS staff? Are you going to be having aerial photography that we're going to have? Or is there going to be commercial flights overhead? Basically, they want to know everything about this location, what type of runway, what's its material, how long is it, is there arresting cables? Let's be honest. JFK doesn't have arresting cables, and I sure as hell don't think any podunk little regional airport does either. And then finally, you have the instructions here. Basically, you're going to have to send this to the Office of the Secretary of the Air Force, the Navy Office of Community Outreach, the Marine Corps, the U.S. Army Parachute Team, for the show scheduler, or you just go straight to the headquarters of the Army and hope and pray that they actually accept you to get a military flyover for your 11-year-old son.